Hey everyone, this is Will from Will's Treasures, and today we're going to talk about the 3 things you must have to be a coin collector. So let's get right to it today. And the first thing I'm going to say that you need is you need some type of reference guide. Okay, whether it be the Red Book, whether it be going online and finding some coin groups, but you need some type of reference guide so you know what you have, the potential value, how many were minted, you know, what actually you have in your collection. So super important. That's number one. You're going to want a reference guide because there's so many different coins and so many different things you can collect out there. You want to be organized and know what you have. Second is you want to have a plan. You want to have a plan of action when you start collecting coins. You know, what are you going to collect? I'll give you a couple of examples here. Do you want to collect pennies, quarters, and there's different types of quarters. Like this is a 90% silver state quarter. Or do you want to collect the older quarters? Here's a Standing Liberty. Here's a 90% Washington quarter from 1961. You know, you want to determine what you want to collect, and here's some more pennies, so you can properly store and focus on that denomination. And what I suggest, if you're just starting out collecting coins, start out with pennies, and let me show you an example of those. So here are some rolls of pennies. These are from 1968. They're 1968S, the mint mark, and that's from San Francisco. So I would suggest start out with pennies or nickels, because you can still find collectible pennies and nickels in the common household and in your change that you get from different stores and stuff. You'll come across wheat pennies, which are great to collect. They're from 1909 to 1958. Or you can start after that and work up a full set from, 1959 all the way up to 2021 in pennies. You can put them in an album, and I'll show you an album that you can get. This will organize your collection, and you can see I have some pennies in here also. From 1999 to 2013, you can collect your pennies and put them in here, and it gives you the date and also the mint mark. So it's pretty cool to keep your collection organized in a album like this, or you can put them in a folder. This is just a regular 3-ring binder, but it has these pages where you can put your coins in a flip or protective sleeve like this. I'll show you a close-up. In a 2x2 they're called, and it has clear plastic on both sides, so you can put your coin in there. You can put the date and the mint mark, and you can have them protected like that, and then slide them right into the sleeve, and you can keep them in a binder like this. So that's the second tip, is you want to have a plan of what you're going to collect and where you're going to store and protect your coins. Super important when it comes to keeping your coins, because it's very easy to just have a container like this and have just stacks and stacks of coins just taking up room in this container. You know, there's no rhyme or reason. I got gold bars, silver bars in here. I have copper rounds in here. You know, there's no rhyme or reason why I just throw everything right into this container. But if you had the albums or the 3-ring binder, you'd be able to take all this, put it nice and neat into a 3-ring binder. And, you know, the binders you can get to hold silver bars. You can get them to hold any type of denomination that you have. So it's pretty cool to have a 3-ring binder or an album to keep your collection in. Another way to store them is in these tubes. They also come in different sizes. We have a tube that you can put nickels in, a tube that you can put pennies in, one that will fit $50, one that will fit quarters. So this is also a great way to store your collection, and you can label them. Like this one says War Nickels. This one here, Walking Liberty Halves. And then you can just take these rolls and keep them in a box. I'll keep them in like a toolbox or something like that, or a ammo box to keep everything organized. I'll put certain denominations in certain boxes. And then if you want to step it up a notch, you know, from the 3-ring binder or the basic album, they have higher end albums out there where you put your coin in, and they also have the history of the coins, and they have these for each denomination also. And you can see your coins on the obverse and the reverse in this album, which is pretty great because you really get to appreciate the coin and you get to see what you have. And if you're wondering, this is called a Dansko album. This one's for silver dollars, but they do come in any denomination that you're looking for. So number one, you want a reference guide for your collection. Something that will educate you on the different denominations, the different mint marks, the different errors, all that stuff. So you want to get yourself a book. This book is only, I think it's like 15 bucks. You can get it off of Amazon. They come out with an updated version each year. So head out, get yourself a red book. Second thing that you want is a plan. Come up with a plan, because it's very easy to be overwhelmed when you start collecting coins. There's a lot of different denominations. There's a lot of different types of coin for the same denomination. Like these are both quarters, but this is a Standing Liberty quarter, which came out before the Washington quarter. So do you want to collect the Washingtons or the Standing Liberties? And there's even earlier quarter types. So there's barber quarters, there's seated quarters. So you have to have a plan on what you're going to collect. And I know when most people start collecting coins, they don't have the bankroll to purchase, you know, a lot of times what they want. So I suggest you start out small by collecting pennies. Make sure that you like the hobby, that you're interested in the hobby, and that you're going to continue in the hobby. After that, you can move on to nickels, dimes, quarters. Even if you like paper currency. Paper currency is another great thing to collect, and you can check the things that you get from the stores to see if there's any interesting paper money, because that's still floating around also. So a reference guide, a plan, and then you're going to want somewhere to keep and protect your coins. Once you have all three of those things, you can get started collecting coins, and it'll be fun, it'll be educational, and you will be able to expand as you go. And a lot of people, they'll change directions as they're collecting. They'll start with, you know, say quarters, and then they'll switch to $50. And that's fine. I mean, I've changed directions over the years, and I have amassed a very large collection of all the denominations, which is, you know, my end goal. So get out there, start looking through your change, start collecting, you know, the easy coins, the nickels, the pennies, the dimes. But most of all, get started. Have fun. And if you have any questions about collecting coins, what direction you want to go in, please put it down in the description below. I'm always here to help you out. This is Will from Will's Treasures, and I will catch you guys on the next video.